Hello, Governor. And today on Rated PG, you are sitting with me and the man that's legendary as shit, the man Joe Smith. No, he's more official than a ref with a whistle, folks. And so, Joe, do you have an Instagram?
Yes, Joe Smith.
Yes, Joe Smith.
Yes, Joe Smith on everything.
Will do. The Twitter as well?
Twitter, Facebook, the whole thing. Yeah. Yes,
I don't tweet.
I'm not that good at it.
Yeah, I hear there's a science to it.
I just watch it when I'm watching TV, just to see people talk shit.
Heard. But how long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
2.5 years.
2?
2.5.
Has it been a great 2.5 years?
Sure. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I love it. It's a blast, and it's something that only I'm responsible for. So I love that part of it.
Well, what got you into doing stand-up comedy or performing?
I don't know, man. I think it was kind of like a need for more risk, face some fear or insecurity or something. Take risk and expose yourself, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, that sounds like a very white answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, I take risks, like walking really fast when I go outside and all black.
Oh, you're black.
A little bit.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know because your name's Piere.
Yeah, I'm black enough to where I got to put it on my job application. Like, if they ask, I have to tell them.
I got you.
You're like, hearing me on the phone, you may not know.
You're right. I'll make it a more black answer. I'm doing it ultimately so I can live off of it. How about that? I'm doing it for the check.
I'm here for the dough.
I'm here for the check, yeah.
Okay, well, where do you usually do your stand-up? Or is there like a certain night of the week that people can primarily find you or a place?
Well, I go out every night. If I'm not booked on shows, you can find me here at the Laughing Skull every Monday night. I host the open mic.
Okay.
I also host an open mic with Brian King on Sunday afternoons called the Sunday Afternoon Comedy Workout.
Where is that at?
It's at Rocky Mountain Pizza right near Georgia Tech. It's also known as Pizza Mike. Love to see you down there.
What time does that show start?
Starts at 5 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Oh, word.
Yeah, every Sunday. But this is my home club, Laughing Skull. But you can find me here. You can find me at the Punchline. You can find me wherever they cut the check.
He's like, I'm here for that again. Okay, well, why are you still doing stand-up comedy?
Because I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with every part of it. I'm obsessed with getting better. I'm obsessed with connecting with people, growth, and the camaraderie of people that are grinding similarly.
Right.
Like Elisha out there. Elisha Transu in the building.
Woo woo.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with it.
You know, I told myself I'm still doing stand-up comedy because I'm good at it. I'm not sure if that's true, but I believe it.
You had a good set here last week.
Thank you. I thought so too.
The crowd was hot as fuck though, so no, it was no, you had a good set, dude. You're funny.
Thank you. Yeah. I like when you're hosting too, like I like the way you handle people who like to say get loud. I don't call them hecklers. They were just drunk, they're just having a good time.
Yeah.
There's a little bubble. You don't necessarily make fun of people, but you address the fact that they are drunk.
It's always trying to herd cats, And there's a right way. Yeah, I mean, I'm learning every time I go up to a mic, but there's a right way to do it, like you want to, especially if people are participating and not necessarily disrupting, they're not trying to fuck it up.
Right.
You handle them differently than somebody's trying to fuck it up. Those people gotta come over the top.
Right. I had a heckler once. Like, I've been watching videos. People say you just gotta hit them right there, right when it happens. I was like, my name is Piere Cargo, and the dude was like, oh. And I just kind of looked at him. Nobody laughed, and I just stared, and I was like, what do you do for a living? And he was like, I'm a mechanic. I was like, so you're a dick sucker? And he was like, what? And I was like, you see me coming to your job and pulling dicks out of your mouth when you're working?
Never heard that joke before, ever. Never, ever heard a comic say, I'm going to come down to where you fucking suck dicks and pull a dick. Never. Yeah, but you gotta so I don't know if that was too harsh or not, but sometimes people are just agreeing and going along, and you see comics shut the fuck up, and it's like, whoa, because then you risk the crowd turning against you. That's never good.
Right, because some people do get uncomfortable at these moments, though.
Yeah, and the crowd, as you know, can smell weakness, so you have to just show them that you're in control.
Have you ever bombed?
Oh, all the time.
All the time?
Not anymore all the time, but I bomb. I still bomb, hell yeah.
What was your most memorable bomb? Like the one that when you close your eyes, you're like, oh, that happened.
I don't think about that.
No?
I never think about them. I learn from them. I mean, I taste the sting, and I reflect on them.
Right.
But I don't catalog that bomb, this bomb, fuck that. I'm focused on getting better and going forward.
Yeah, I am too, but like I talked about it in my last video, but it was at Uptown Comedy. Black people, it was at a black club, and like I feel like black people will boo you for anything. I didn't get booed, but it was pretty bad. I got off stage and the DJ started playing crickets like in the middle of me talking.
Oh yeah, sure.
And then
I've gotten a light at Uptown like after 45 seconds. I actually today went by.
That's where it was Uptown.
At the old Uptown, which is I don't know who your audience is, but that's like we call it that's like a level 5 urban room.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a coffee shop,
right?
It's Erykah Badu hanging out, like
right.
touch keys and lights and make me laugh, motherfucker.
Right, like you got people in there with the grills. Like I feel like they come in there trying not to laugh.
Sometimes, but they. It's again, if you show weakness, they're gonna see it, and that's what's great about urban rooms, and I think that's why Atlanta's got such a strong scene. Is urban rooms, you can't fuck around.
No.
You have like 7 seconds. Are you the man for the job? Mm-hmm. If not, next.
I've seen somebody get booed, or like they just started laughing at him as he was walking to the microphone.
Yeah, right.
Like just he looked, I don't know, he didn't look weird or anything to me. He started walking by, I was like, ha ha, boo! And then everybody just started going in. I was like, this is rough.
Right, but he could have like gone up and taken the Bernie Mac approach and said, fuck y'all. Maybe I don't fuck with you guys.
Right.
Like that. I mean, there's a lot of different ways, but yeah, Uptown, it was legendary for that. Yeah. But if you hit in there, there's like
oh yeah, you're the greatest mind in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Like they're never going to forget you. But it's a double edge though. But have you ever been booed?
I don't think so. Not that I remember. Like I said, I don't store the bad memories. I process them.
Right.
And I like I said, I lick my wounds and I try to get in there and like grow from them. But I don't think I've ever been booed. But also, like at this stage of the game, I'm just trying to make people laugh.
Right.
I'm not like trying to blow your minds with some shit that's gonna, piss you off in the 5 minutes that I have on stage.
Right.
So I don't say a lot of stuff that you would boo. I've had people like pop shit back to me, like
right.
especially white audiences. When you do like a white guy talking about racial stuff, white people don't want to hear it from other white comics.
I did not know that.
Yeah, like so I could go to a black room and talk frankly about race. I could make fun of black people, make fun of white people. But if you make fun of black people in front of a white crowd, they get tight and they're like, I don't want to talk about race. Like,
right.
And so I had a woman actually at Sonny G's room up at Tavern. She was going in on me a couple months ago, but she was from Boston. Like she doesn't know about racism. Give me a fucking break.
Right. And
I can't remember a boo. I don't think so.
And I remember something that Cap Drosky.
Of course.
Yeah. Cap told me. What was it? Completely gone now. Oh no. He said when you're nervous, like you said, people can tell, like they smell it or whatever. He was like, when you're nervous, it manifests or it shows its ways, like in 2 forms. Like some people will not sound nervous, but you'll see their hands, like shaking on their microphone or something like this, or like they'll start sweating really bad and they won't sound nervous. Or people who appear calm, cool, and collected, they just completely forget everything that they were about to say.
That happens too. You also can tell, I think, a lot of times when people, and newer comics do this especially, if they move further back from the crowd, they start kind of drifting.
Oh, like, back. And I call it rambling or like just kind of talking. Talking
that too, like trying to talk your way out of like a ticket from a cop. But you're just like backing up away from the crowd.
Right.
Backing up and standing, like using the mic stand as an obstacle and all sorts of stuff. Putting their hands in their pockets.
Oh, and that's what I was gonna say. Cap, he performed somewhere in South Carolina or somewhere like that. And there's a town called MLK or an area called MLK. And I heard this, I was like, so this ghetto as fuck. And he was like, no. He said it's all white people.
Really?
And I was like, that's crazy. And he was like, crazy part is there's a comedy club in the middle of this area. He said, when I went there, black, white, Mexican, whatever you are, if you mention the fact that that place is called MLK and it's crazy that there are no black people there, the white people there get really angry. And I was like, you serious? He was like, yeah, white people apparently don't like to talk about that. Or it makes them feel uncomfortable. It's like, well, why does it have to be like this?
It's been my experience, and so I'm just generalizing. White people are willing to laugh at racial stuff from black comics.
Yeah.
Right? Like, white people fucking up on this, and they'll laugh at themselves. Right? If I do it, and maybe I'm not good enough to do it, but I have jokes that like split the audience. Like the black people laugh, and white people won't.
Right.
I feel like I'm like I feel like they feel like I'm selling them out.
Right.
Telling our secrets or whatever it is. And we have a lot of them, by the way.
Yeah, it's like the same time I went to Uptown, I came with my fiance. She's half Korean, half Italian, but she looks white. And when I came in there was a whole bunch of older black women. They just started staring at us when we walked in. And she was like, why are they looking at us? And I was like, oh, because you're white. She was like, what does that mean? I was like,
It means you're not black.
right. I said, I'm a sellout.
Yeah.
I'm Uncle Tom. And like, I've said this on stage, you know, and they was like, what, you can't date black women? I was like, nah, they don't like me.
Have you heard Dora's joke about Keith?
Mm-mm. Well, maybe.
I don't know if this matters, but Dora Monica's a white comic, and she does or used to go out with a black comic named Keith Vance.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm not talking about their business, but she used to have a joke, I don't know if she still does, about like, no black woman's ever been pissed at her because she's fucking taking Keith and nobody wants him.
Right. I think they're doing you a favor. I must not be that big of a catch, so let me go.
Yeah, that's funny.
But do you still get nervous before you perform on stage?
I get like anxious. Yeah, like but the right amount, I hope. You know, like
right.
If I were just too chilled out, I probably wouldn't. And if I don't, but I don't get like paralyzed anymore. You know, like when you first go out, you almost can't hear yourself talk.
And you're just focusing on not passing out?
Yeah, just like, which I used to do a lot before I go on. I'd take a big deep breath just to make sure I was right. But I get anxious, you know, I get like, but a good amount, like you're going into a fight or to take an exam or something, you know, like.
And I feel like the anxiety, I don't know, for me it's like, I don't get nervous about if I'm going to do good or bad. It's about trying to remember what I'm going to say or what I would like to say before I get there.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to think about it. Just, and also, the more you breathe and the more you do it, frankly, the more you calm down, you're in the moment, and you can just be funny as opposed to remembering what you're saying.
What you think is going to be funny or what people.
And you can just be the funny guy that you were or whatever you were across your life that led you to
wherever you are now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and do you have a comedian or is there somebody that you would like to work with? Or like a comedian that you look up to or that have taught you something about being a comedian?
I mean, I want to work with all of them.
Good answer.
I don't think of who I'd like to work with. I'd, just keep leveling up. I'm always trying to. So I don't know. Like, do I have any heroes? Not like comedic heroes, but I have a lot of comics that I like and respect.
Right.
But no, I'm just thinking about like always trying to move up a level.
Right, and I was looking at it this way: if you're at a level, if you will, to perform with someone else, then the opportunity would just be great. It's not like like, oh, I would love to work with this person, and not this person so much.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, unless they're an asshole or unless they're known for bad behavior.
Right.
But I'd love to go on the road with Bruce. I'd love to go on the road with Sarah Silverman. So
right.
It's like
Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Like, I'm open. I want comedy.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to keep getting better and learning from people too. So.
All right, well, is there a comedian, let me say this, that you would kind of freak out, if you will, if you saw them in the crowd laughing at one of your jokes or your set? Or you just like, oh my God?
Because it feels good when, like, comics you like, and, see comics in Atlanta, like, what am I trying to say? Comics that I like laugh, that makes me feel really good. But there, we get a lot of big drop-ins here. Chappelle dropped in the other night. And
yeah, I saw that. Oh.
So, like, there's not going to be anything bigger than that. Right. He didn't see my set. But, like, Dana Gould saw my set the other night, and he's a fucking world-class comic, and he was very complimentary. So that made me feel good, just like...
reassurance.
Yeah, but again, I'm trying not to, like, I want to be, like, I want to be, like, on the same level. So I'm not like, oh, please, like...
Right, asking for a handout or anything.
Not that I don't have respect for them, I'm just trying to, like...
make your own.
Trying to be as good as I can be. I don't know, whatever the fuck I'm saying.
Well, I know what you're saying. It's like, I kind of feel the same. Like, I know famous people or whatever, I guess, and people like, why don't you ask them, like, to help you do this, that, and the third? And I was like, well, if I was in a position, like... Yeah, if I was in a position to better myself or whatever in their eyes, it would have already happened. So if they haven't asked me to do it, it's because they don't believe that I'm at a point where I need to be, to where they can help me.
Yeah, and every comic struggles with, I think, the tension between, like, asking versus not asking, like being a pain in the ass or being invisible. Yeah. I've very much tended toward the side of just being visible. Mm-hmm. I've never asked for anything, I don't think. And just try to get better. Right. Just try to get better, and, like, this is an asshole thing to say, but I want the booker to look like an idiot if I'm not on the show. You know what I mean? I'm not at that place yet, but I want to try to get to that place. Right. It's like I'm so how can he not be on the show? Yeah, it's like you want to be in a position to whereas, like, if you're not somewhere, people are like, well, why not? Why? Dude, this show is good, but you're missing somebody. Yeah. Like that. I told somebody I want to get paid for doing comedy, and he was like, what do you mean get paid for? I said, like, I want
people to see that I'm getting paid for comedy, and I want it to hurt them that they didn't pay me. Like, or I want them to be like, I could have did that.
Yeah.
I was like, that would just be the greatest thing for me. That was like, it's a little narcissistic, and I was like, I think all comedians are.
Oh, totally. I mean, it's two things. It's highly insecure and incredibly narcissistic. It's the same thing.
I'm like, I'm in the perfect place.
That's why comics always say they want to kill themselves, but they never do.
Right. I love me too much.
Yeah, who's going to hear my dick jokes?
Nobody wants to hear them if I go.
Right?
All right, is there a joke that you don't tell anymore, or something that you think is funny that no one else does?
I've really tried to move away from appearance jokes, what I look like.
Yeah.
They work, but I think they're not for me anymore. And I mean, they get big laughs, you know, people tell me, a woman told me I look like the white man emoji, you know, that destroys and that sort of thing. But there's like, so I move away from that. I moved away from that, but I have a million jokes that like just need more work into them.
Right.
And then one joke that, so this was a joke that greatly split a room. It was about Walmart, where I went to Walmart once, and it's all black people working, and I needed just one thing before I got out of there, and I asked the guy, "Hey man, where's the toothpaste?" And he goes, "Man, I don't even know." And I was like, dude, you're kind of in a position to help me. You're responsible for this, this, and this. And I go, oh, shit, that's what black people must feel like all the time with white people. Especially, Pierre, when we make this face. When we see you on the street and go, But then that thing became like a meme later. Like, white people doing this. So I kind of dropped it. But I thought it was a good joke. Black people liked it. White people didn't like it.
It's like, do you have kids?
I don't have kids. I have 2 minutes before I gotta go.
Okay. Well, we're almost getting ready to wrap it up here then. Well, I'll get to the last question. What is something that you learned from doing stand-up comedy that you wish somebody would have told you?
What is something that life lesson?
No, like
or
just
about doing stand-up?
About doing stand-up. Something that you learned from doing it that you wish somebody would have told you.
Don't care about how you do at open mics. Don't give a shit about that. And you can't do comedy if you don't have the humility to bomb. You have to go try new stuff. You have to be willing to bomb. And you should really not care what the other dipshit comics in the room think. Just do your jokes. The mic is for you. It's not for them.
Yeah.
I learned that. And now that's kind of how I approach it. But
and that's the way to go.
He's hollering for me. Wrap it up.
Well,
my handler over there.
We're wrapping it up. Well, guys, that's all the time we have.
Yeah.
With me. Fuck you.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Au revoir.
See you.
We out here.